You see this life. No balance for everybody. This is not just a story. This is the reality of many women you see every day. Let me tell you about a woman I once knew. Her name was Amara. Amara didn't have the kind of childhood people like to remember. Before she could even understand what home meant, she lost both her parents. Just like that, she became nobody's child. Her mother's people took her in, yes, but not out of love. It was more like responsibility they couldn't avoid. So she grew up in her aunt's house. Not as a daughter. Not even as a niece. But as help. Every morning, before the cock crowed, Amara was already awake. Sweeping. Fetching water. Cooking. Washing. Carrying children on her back that were not hers. While other children were going to school, holding books and laughing, Amara was holding buckets. School became something she only saw from a distance. And slowly, she stopped dreaming. Because life had already shown her, dreams were not for people like her. As she grew older, nothing really changed, except her responsibilities. Then one day, they called her. No warning. No preparation. They told her she was getting married. Just like that. The man. Her aunt's husband's younger brother. She didn't know him. She didn't love him. But in her life, choice was never something she had. So she went. Marriage was supposed to be a new beginning. But for Amara, it was just another version of the same struggle. Her husband was not wicked. But he wasn't present either. He was the kind of man who believed life would sort itself out. He didn't provide. He didn't ask questions. He didn't carry responsibility. So everything fell on Amara. She started having children. But it wasn't easy. Pregnancy after pregnancy. She lost them. Sometimes before she even had time to feel joy. Sometimes after she had already started imagining a future. She cried. Oh, she cried. But quietly. Because nobody really had time for her pain. Then, slowly, God answered her in his own way. She began to have children that survived. 1, 2, 3. Until she had 6. 6 children that became her entire world. 6 reasons she woke up every morning. No matter how tired she was. Then came the last child. A baby girl. But this one came too early. Too small. Too weak. And that day, Amara almost died. Both mother and child were rushed to a teaching hospital. Machines were making noise. Nurses were moving up and down. Doctors speaking big grammar. Amara didn't understand anything. She only knew one thing. She didn't want to lose this child. Not this one. Not again. But sometimes, life doesn't listen. Days passed. Hope came. And went. Then one morning, just like that, the baby died. Not because God said so, but because of carelessness. Negligence. People who were supposed to save lives didn't do enough. Amara didn't shout. She didn't fight. She just looked. And something inside her broke quietly. Because this was not her first loss. But this one, it was different. Still, life didn't stop. 6 children were still at home. Waiting. Hungry. Needing school fees. Clothes. Care. Love. So Amara did what she had always done. She stood up. And continued. She became everything. Mother. Father. Provider. Fighter. She went to the market. She washed people's clothes. She carried loads. She sold anything she could sell. Morning till night. Night till morning. No rest. No comfort. No time to even think about herself. Her husband. He was still there. But not really there. And Amara stopped expecting anything from him. Because she had already understood. If her children would survive, it would be because of her. She didn't go to school. She didn't become rich. She didn't live the life she dreamed of. But she made a decision. Her children would not suffer what she suffered. So she fought. Harder than anyone. She paid school fees with tears. Fed them with sacrifice. Raised them with strength. Years passed. One by one. Those children she struggled for started growing. Primary school. Secondary school. University. And one day, as she stood quietly, watching one of them graduate, Amara smiled. Not because life had been kind, but because she won.